Coming up, we talk to Starbucks and we hear how they're using Azure Kubernetes Services to drive innovation within their business. Customer Tech Talks starts now. Hey everyone, welcome to a special Build 2022 Customer Tech Talks. Now, a lot of businesses are built on innovation, and one of the things that's driving that innovation is caffeinated individuals. Let's take a look at how Starbucks is driving innovation within their own business.
At Starbucks, our mission is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. The digital platform engineering core team supports many application teams who provide services directly supporting the customer-facing mobile app. Everything from online ordering and pickup to in-store payments and rewards. At Starbucks, technology is key to what we do. With over 26 million active rewards members, the mobile app, it's essential to our customer experience.
Now, with me today is Austin Smart, Senior Engineer for the Digital Platform Engineering team. Austin, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here, Ben.
Now, we obviously all know who Starbucks is and what they do, but you were kind of key in helping Starbucks make that move from on-premises up to the cloud and to take advantage of Azure Kubernetes Services. Can you maybe share with everyone what drove the idea to make this move and how you went about it?
Sure. So we have a large on-premise environment. Our move to Azure has been long. We had a few teams that initially took and moved their own services into Azure. When it came time for the revitalization of our on-premise infrastructure, we had a choice. We could either invest in revitalizing it or look at adopting what was quickly becoming an industry standard of public cloud. So given that history of adopting Azure successfully, we looked at what it would take for us as a platform team to adopt Azure Kubernetes Service and provide a platform for the rest of our application teams to bring their services up into the cloud.
Now, one of those services you moved over, or some of those services you moved over, more importantly, were really behind or part of the backend for that mobile ordering application. And now you've got some of those up there now, and they're running in a kind of production or semi-production environment. Can you explain to everyone what it's like to run those day to day and some of the things you've noticed since moving those up to AKS?
Sure. So our on-premise infrastructure was highly segmented in what you could call multi-tenant architecture. When we looked at what it would take to run AKS, we really wanted to keep some of that multi-tenancy alive. And really, AKS has allowed us to do that in much more a secure way than what we had on-prem, and on-prem was pretty secure. So as we looked at individual services and what it would take to move those up into the cloud, it's really a deep conversation with each service owner and what it takes to fit the quirks of that service into the platform. We have some boilerplate deployments that we are really able to leverage the Kubernetes ecosystem to get the service up and running quickly. But as we take and kind of fit the service to the platform, we leverage that boilerplate to move quickly.
Now, you've obviously got a number of services you said that you were running on premises, and migrating each of those up obviously came with its own complexities. What were some of the challenges you faced while you were moving those services up there, and how did you address them?
Yeah, so to start with, a lot of the challenges were internal to our team. We had zero Kubernetes experience when we started. So Kubernetes is a daunting project. So each of the team members took on learning it in their own way, and we quickly fell in love with it as an option for building a full-featured platform. One of the other challenges that we had was running public cloud within the strict requirements of Starbucks technology. That's probably not unfamiliar to anybody that runs within a large enterprise. What we quickly learned was we were in need of flexibility at the platform side, both to empower our application teams, but also to empower us as a platform team to move within those requirements. Kubernetes and AKS have just the right set of improvements and feature sets that allow us to do that at Starbucks.
Now, looking back over your time with AKS, no doubt there are probably some lessons and things like that you would share with other individuals who are looking to make that move to AKS. What are some of the lessons or things you'd recommend people do, or maybe even things to avoid during that migration?
Yeah, we have quite a few learnings. It's been a couple-year journey. The biggest one for me was trust the product team of AKS. They're great at taking customer feedback as long as you provide them with that feedback. They come out with features that are incredibly relevant, especially to us that run AKS as a platform offering. The other thing that I would warn folks against is getting locked into individual tools. Kubernetes is a rich open source ecosystem. With that comes many, many options. For us, we kind of got stuck with a couple of tools early on that if we had taken the time to look across the board at the dozen different offerings and evaluate each of them, it would have saved us a lot of engineering hours and we would have come out ahead a lot sooner.
That's really great insight and really kind of, sets up that idea of like with AKS comes great power and great responsibility altogether. Well, look, Austin, thank you so much for taking the time with us today. It's been great to hear about what Starbucks is doing and how you're taking advantage of Azure Kubernetes Services within the business.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
Of course, if you want to start your own journey with Azure Kubernetes Services, you can check out all of the sessions on the Microsoft Build 2022 website. You can also head to Microsoft Learn to get started with self-paced training modules and really kickstart your learning journey. Now, if you'd like to join us on future episodes of Customer Tech Talks, you can email us at cttalk@microsoft.com to get started. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.